Hi guys, it's me, Miss Jimmie Lu, and guess what? I'm not coming to you from my house today. Today, I'm coming to you from where I work at the CEF office in Higgins. Well, guess what? I have a so fun craft for you guys, but you have to get your parents' permission because you need just a couple ingredients, and one of those is you need salt, which is like table salt, like you put on your food. We're going to make a painting today using salt. So ask your mom if you can have some. You also need some watercolor paints. I have mine right here, watercolors, just like you use in art class at school. And we're going to paint using salt. The other thing that you need is you need some glue, and any glue will work except for stick glue. So it has to be like Elmer's glue, like you use in school, okay? And you need paper, and that's it. So guess what? Let's get started because I'm super excited. Yay! Okay, so the first thing that you need to do is you need to decide what color paper that you want to use. And you can use construction paper. Me, I'm just using a piece of this yellow paper, okay? And then you need your glue. And you have to think of a design. What design is it that you want to make on your paper? Do you want to make like a sky, or do you want to make some flowers? It's really up to you what you decide you want to make. And then you just take your glue and you just kind of draw the picture on there that you want to make, okay? So I'm going to make, you know what? I think I'm going to try to make a bumblebee, boys and girls. I am not very good at drawing bumblebees, but you can always try, right? So let's see what will happen if I try to draw a bumblebee. So I need a body, okay? And then I'm going to just put some lines for the stripes, and I'm just like wiggling just a real little bit so that it looks a little wavy. Starting to look a little bit like an Easter egg, I think. And then let's give it its little stinger in the back, little stinger butt. And here we go. We're gonna, I'm nervous about drawing wings, but let's draw some wings. And then let's do a little eye right here. Kind of looks like a bumblebee, but it could also maybe be a fish. I don't know. It sort of looks like a fish even. Look. How cool is that? Okay, next thing that you need to do is you need to take your salt and you're going to sprinkle it right over the glue. You want to put down some scrap paper underneath so that it catches it. If you don't have scrap paper, maybe you could ask your mom and you could use one of her cookie sheets so that it catches the salt and you won't have as big a mess to clean up. Okay, and then I'm just going to sprinkle the salt all over the glue, boys and girls. Sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. And then let's just do this way and this way. I'm just kind of making sure the salt gets all over the glue because we don't want to have any glue sticking out. And then when you're done, dump it onto your scrap just like that. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, boys and girls. I'm going to save this, not to put in my salt shaker, but I'm going to save it just so that way if I want to make another picture, which I probably will, I have some salt I can use. So I'm just taking this paper and dumping it right into a little container. See my container? Okay. Now the next thing that I want to do is decide what color that I want to use for my bee. Well, bees are usually black and yellow, so my paper is already yellow. So I'm just going to get some black off of my watercolor here. And then you don't want to go back and forth, because if you go back and forth, boys and girls, you're gonna make the glue move and your picture will get it will get funny. So you just want to tap it. Watch what happens. Oh, it is so cool because when you tap it on there, you can kind of see the watercolor spread some. I don't know if you guys can see that. I can see it. Let me see if I can hold it just a little closer. Maybe you might be able to see it spread. Okay, so you just want to keep doing that all around. And you know what? I think I want my bumblebee to have a blue eye. a blue eye. There we go. My bee has a blue eye. And I'm just going to keep using the black. And I'm making his wings black. You just keep grabbing that paint off of your paint palette. And you just keep putting it on there. You have to take your time because, like I said, if you go back and forth, you're going to spread the glue and you're going to mess it up. So you just want to touch it. Just tap it real light. You also have to be careful that you don't stick your hand in the paint or into the glue like I almost just did. I almost just stuck my finger right in there. There we go. Oh my goodness, my bee is looking really cool. So the bigger the picture that you draw with the glue, the longer that it will take you to paint it. So it takes a little bit of time to actually put the paint onto the salt. But you know what? It is so worth it, boys and girls, because it is such a cool picture that you guys can hang on your refrigerator, or you can maybe give it to a neighbor. How about your grandma or grandpa? I bet they would sure like to have a picture that you drew. So there we go. Look at that, boys and girls. I'm going to hold it up here so you can see it. There's my bee. This is a really cool thing. You could write bee, and then you could use some markers and write kind. Oops, my paint is running. Did you see that? I must have held it up a little too quickly. I'm going to put it over to the side here, and I'm going to show you one that I made, boys and girls. Look at this one that I made. I made this one with a star and a moon and a couple of other stars. Oops, my paint is wet there and it's dripping too. You have to let them dry before you can pick them up and move them around, or the paint starts to drip down. How about should we do another one? Because I think it might be fun to do another one. Let me just think here. What do I want to do? I have some really cool blue paper. Do you know what? This blue sort of reminds me of a sky. You know, like the sky is really blue. How about if we do a rainbow? That would be really cool because you know what, boys and girls? I think that when I see a rainbow, I'm always so thankful to God for all the things that He does for us, especially giving us beautiful things to look at, like rainbows. And rainbows are so beautiful. Okay, so let's do a rainbow. It might be a little tricky to do a rainbow, but you can always try. Try it once. Rainbows are just a half a circle on your paper. Okay, so this one's probably going to take a lot of glue. Here we go. So I'm just making rainbow stripes. Each of these little stripes, that's going to be a different color. There we go. Now, you know what I think I want to do is maybe do like a cloud shape over here and fill this all in because I don't have to put any colors there, because if I want to make a cloud, the salt will stay white and it'll look really cool with the salt being the rainbow part. So see how I did a lot of glue there? That was a lot of glue, boys and girls. Now look, I can use my salt that I saved and I can sprinkle this on here so that I'm not wasting any salt. I want to make sure if you put a lot of glue down on something, boys and girls, you want to make sure you put a lot of salt on that area. I'm not going to have enough, so I'll have to use a little more. You want to make sure you use a lot of salt if you use a lot of glue, because you don't want your glue to stick through, because the paint won't stick to the glue. It will only stick to the salt. Okay? go. Now let's see if we can move this around some. Make sure I get all the salt all in the glue pieces. See how I just tapped it there? Okay, now I have all my pieces off of there. Let's put this over here. And here we go. We're going to save this salt for another painting or another project, but make sure if you're saving salt like this that you tell your mom or dad, because you don't want your mom to put your salt from your painting into the salt shaker that you use at the dinner table, right? Because that would be gross. So make sure you tell your mom or your dad to do this. And you know what? If you're little and you need help, it's okay to ask for help. It's okay for you to tell a grown-up that you need help putting the salt away. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do, I'm leaving. This is my cloud. I'm not gonna make my cloud any color except for the white. I'm leaving that white. So I have to pick what colors I want. So I like blue. Blue is one of my favorite colors. So I'm just gonna touch the blue onto the salt. Can you see that? So, boys and girls, here we go. I'm going to use my red. My red does look a little bit like pink, kind of orange, but that's okay. So I'm just tapping the color on there, just like I told you. Just get some water, get some paint, and tap it on the salt. Look at how cool it looks when it starts to go onto the cloud. Isn't that cool? Oh my gosh, boys and girls, I really like this. I'm going to tell you something too, which is going to be kind of cool, because I want to tell you something that is kind of like decorating, because just because you're a little kid doesn't mean that you can't use your artwork to decorate. Okay, so I'm going to show you something really cool. Behind me over here, do you see the flower that I made before in one of my other videos, which you can find all of our videos on our YouTube channel? I hung my flower over here because I wanted to look at it and to remember what we made and what we talked about. Well, I'll tell you what, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hang my pictures that I did today with you. I'm going to hang those there too and kind of decorate with them. So you can use a wall at your house or your refrigerator to hang the stuff that you made and be able to look at it, and then you can remember back to when you made it or when you learned how to make it. And then when you're looking for an idea for a present for a friend or a grandma or grandpa, you can say, oh my goodness, I remember when I made that. I could do that again totally because I remember how to do it. Okay, let's see. What other color do I want to use? How about green? Green would be a really cool color. So I'm just getting that paint. Same technique, you're just touching it. I want to get some down close to the cloud because I think it's neat how it's sort of blending together at the cloud there. And then I just have 2 more rows that I want to do. And my picture will be all finished. Whoops, that was the wrong color green. That's okay, you could mix colors too. Okay, how about yellow? Yellow will look pretty. And then I just have to decide on only one more color. I wonder what color I should use. I'm looking at all these pretty colors. And you know, blue is my favorite color, so I might just use another blue because I have a couple of different blues in my palette here. Let's see what color I was using. Oh my goodness, I just mixed my color by accident, but that's okay. Because just because you make a mistake doesn't mean that it's a bad mistake. It means you just fixed it a little bit there. But you know what? This right here, this needs a little more green right there. Okay, so I said I might put more blue. I think I am, because this blue right here is a very pretty blue. And it's a little lighter than the blue that we already used. There we go. We're just gonna put some more blue on there. And that is our rainbow. At the end of this video, boys and girls, there's going to be some links and some information that you can get some help with from your mom or your dad or grown up, your aunt, your uncle, your grandma or grandpa. And that is some information about Child Evangelism Fellowship. And also check out our YouTube channel because we have other videos there. We have some really cool videos about Hudson Taylor and some Bible stories, and there's puppets, and there's more crafts by me. So I hope that you'll find it, check it out, and do some really amazing crafts. Here's my picture, boys and girls. It is all finished. I don't want to stand it up because I don't want my colors to run, but isn't that really pretty? This is a lot of glue down here at the bottom. It might take a while for it to dry. I'm so glad that you joined me today, and I hope that you'll come back real soon. Remember, God loves you very much.